Hey yo, what's up? Today, we just wanted to respond to the Anthony ONeal video. Yes, it went viral about 7 days ago, couple of days ago, yeah. And
a little over a week ago.
yeah, and I thought I was not gonna do this, but it keeps eating me up. I'm African, and I got you.
Yeah, she got to respond to it. That's my wife.
Respond to it. Listen, he's a 33-year-old man who's supposedly an educated man and who's supposed to know better than the regular African American. And so just check out the video first before.
So when I have a child, I want to take them to Africa. You know what I'm saying? I want to take them to the motherland and let them see that, hey, we're blessed over here, but look at them. They're staying in woods and trees.
Yeah, that's what the guy said. Unfortunately, he doesn't have any kids yet and a wife. But what he said as an African woman who lives in America, I was like, yo! Yeah, I said it like that.
Yeah.
Is this man even thinking? Because he has an opportunity, as a content creator, you have an opportunity to go through your material and to edit. Mm-hmm. And he has a team for that matter. So you're telling me that none of his team realized that what he said was wrong when they were editing? Mm-hmm. Because apparently this video was out 3 months ago.
Yeah.
But somehow somebody picked it up just over a week ago and it went viral. And only after it went viral and Africans were coming at him, then he came out and apologized. What a petty apology. We'll just play a quick apology.
So I was off social media for the weekend to come back and to see hundreds, thousands, and millions of views on a video that showed me on a show that I shot about 3 or 4 months ago, with me saying that Africans are living in trees and in woods. When I watched that clip and I went back to my show and watched the full context of the show, I am completely disappointed in my words. I am completely apologetic to my African brothers and sisters because that was a very immature, a very distasteful comment for me to make. And I want to own that, and I want to apologize. There's two things that I know when it comes to communication. It's always about intent and then the impact. My intent was for sure to not disrespect the culture, the motherland. If anyone knows me, I am for the African American people. But the intent doesn't matter right now because the words that I spoke, the impact was bad. And I want to publicly, I apologize to my YouTube channel. That video is going up.
So here's the thing. Here's my 2 cents. So he has planned to go to Africa next year. Mm-hmm. And I hope that journey to Africa, wherever he's going, because I heard he's saying he's going to Egypt. I don't think Egypt is Africa.
Right, it is Africa.
It's North Africa, but they don't see themselves as Africans.
But it is Africa.
But I don't see myself saying I'm going to Egypt. I don't picture myself I don't picture it as part of Africa because they don't take themselves as Africans. You know what I mean?
But it is
they
Africa,
are in denial.
I know they did.
So I hope he comes he really goes down. He starts from north, goes all the way down to south. Okay, and obviously
and both sides
and goes both sides, west and east, so that he understands. And even goes to central because Africa is a huge continent.
With over 50 countries.
With over 50 countries. And I really want him to experience more than 4 countries, if possible, of Africa, so that he understands that we are such a magnificent, beautiful continent. We are filled with so much diversity, languages, and everything. Culture. And it's sad that America has pushed this propaganda of how bad it is in Africa. It's bad in America. Just a couple of days ago, we had New York City. We'll add the video there. Yes. Flooding. New York City, the Big Apple, flooding. Yeah, you heard me. New York City, the airport, LaGuardia, people were walking in water inside the airport. And then comes a man like ONeal saying that we live on trees. What a mess!
Live on trees?
Just a little breakdown of who lives on trees. Animals live on trees.
Monkeys.
And not all of them.
Monkeys.
Certain animals live on trees. Yes,
Monkeys.
So when he says that we live on trees, he's referring
us
to
a
us
monkey.
as a monkey or any other animal that actually lives on trees. Your birds, etc. And that for us does not sit well. Because you don't see us as humans, but you see us as animals. That's why we felt the way we felt. We know that ignorance is everywhere, but we do not expect it from a man like him, a learned African American man, who still calls Africa the motherland, but has no clue what the motherland is like. But the sad part is that we have Google. There's no excuse in 2023. None
Not
whatsoever.
just Google, you have AI as well.
You know, we've got TikTok for crying out loud. We've got all social media. People are posting every day. What would make you think that there are people living in trees? So I just wanted to say we correct the narrative, because the narrative that most African Americans have, and even just Americans, is very twisted. We understand that in the 90s and in the 80s, probably early 2000s, I don't know how far back it went in this country, where they were pushing these kids with blown up bellies, with flies moving around. I don't know where they got those pictures from. I really don't, because I've never had to experience that as an African person.
But you was from South Africa though, so that could be another fucker.
Fine, probably some village somewhere.
Yeah,
just
some
like
village.
how you have
And
places in
California,
America that
yeah,
you would
yeah,
not want to step your foot in.
yeah.
Because it is so scary.
Yeah.
In America, first world country. You know, at least the third world that was labeled on us gives us an excuse to say, oh yeah, we have some poverty-stricken areas. But you can come to first world countries, Europe, America. There's still some places where you do not want to go to because it's not livable. And probably you're finding it as a joke, and I'm seeing you laughing about it. But it's not a joke to us Africans.
Yes, I agree with you. No.
We feel like you guys don't see us. It's like the ignorance.
I'm not laughing.
ignorance
That's
is
what I'm
just-
laughing. I'm laughing at the ignorance. It's
you're
sad.
right to
It's
me.
sad. It's sad. It's sad.
So beautiful.
But what
people
the,
this
you know what the, I used to think like that before I met
Yeah,
you.
it is so much pity.
Why?
I'm really, really sad, and I feel so much pity for people who think like you.
Who
I
think-
do.
No, this is not me now.
Yeah, but what if you haven't met an African woman? Then you will still be thinking like that. So I'm talking about people who have not
No,
met
but you know what?
African women.
You never know if I'm probably not met you because, like you said, again, because of TikTok, because of Facebook, because of YouTube, because.
But
of
we're
these things.
talking, this is 5 years ago, 6 years ago when we met. That's not long ago.
That's not. I probably would have had the same mindset. You're right. I probably would have.
Sad.
I probably would have had the same similar mindsets unless it was exposed. Again, it go back to exposure. As you get more exposed to these different things, you start to see things like, okay, that's not like that. Or or if you meet somebody that been to Africa, like, and they tell you how Africa is as a beautiful. You know what though? We did used to hear Africa someplace. Some people I talked to did say Africa was a beautiful place.
Okay.
That went there, yeah. So
But you still stuck to the narrative that
I did,
people live in
but I
shacks
did know
and
some
in
places.
houses
I did know some places you know what? I don't even think they said. I just said we just said you got to go to the motherland. Everyone just said you got to go to the motherland because we are African people. So we always say we got to go to the motherland. But until you go or until you are exposed to it, you won't know. You won't.
So tell us as we close off, what were your initial reaction when you got to South Africa? Because I know you came to South Africa by yourself. Thank God I was not there. So I think it helped so that you are able to, learn as much as and look around so that your influence was not, your first experience was not influenced by somebody else. What were your initial reactions when you touched down in OR Tambo, which is Johannesburg airport? What were your initial reaction? First of all, just seeing the airport.
Well, I was happy to be there. But again, because of this episode, and this is why we do the podcast.
Sunday Funday, that's how it came
This is how it came about, just so that people can learn more about Africa and South Africa and places like that. So,
why did we do it? Because I got tired of
yes,
the narrative,
of the narrative, yes,
down my throat,
and
having even people that are close to us asking ridiculous questions, and I'm like, why don't you just go to Google and find out instead of coming to me and making yourself look like an idiot. So
again, that goes back to kind of sometimes being lazy. You don't want to go to Google. You just believe what you see.
And it's easy to come to me and confront me as if you know what you're talking about when you're making yourself look like a fool.
Yeah, it's just like when you say whack. Sometimes you just instead of just doing your research, you just assume. So that's what it is. But this is the purpose of the podcast. This is why we do Sunday Funday. It's to educate people, like we always say, being informative and have fun. And so this is all about it's just being informative because a lot of people don't know.
So that we correct the stereotypes.
Yes, because the statement of the negative statement that people have. Yeah, the stereotype that people have about Africa, South Africa, because South Africa is a beautiful place.
And we're not saying the entire Africa is glamorous.
No.
But we are saying
just like we're not saying the whole
of the
U.S.
is
glamorous.
Paris downtown, you know what I'm talking about.
Okay.
Not just Paris, but you've been to England.
England, yeah.
Listen, you don't want to walk there.
Germany.
Of course, they're going to show you places that they want you to be drawn to and like, and think that, the first world is all that. Every country has a part that they don't like, where either black or white people live in. Mm-hmm. All white people, yes. Yeah. The assumption is that it's only a place where black people live.
No, you got some bad place. Yeah, you got some
that are not so great.
Yeah, not so great.
So let us learn to go out there and look for information before we make assumptions, before we push the stereotype, before we say things that will offend other people. Because this statement offended us so much.
Yes.
I am not an animal. And I live in a beautiful big house, actually in South Africa, much better than my living conditions in America. Thank you very much. In America, I still live in an apartment. Mm-hmm. But in South Africa, I lived in a house that I do not owe a cent on. So, you see what I mean? Yeah.
But this was the purpose of the podcast, though. It's just to educate. Because it is a lot of ignorance. And I do like ONeal. I do like him because...
I don't like him anymore. Mm-mm. He showed that he is not smart as he tries to be.
And he a Christian brother.
Like, if I had children, I would take them to Africa and show them that we are blessed. Thank you. We are very blessed in Africa too. We are so blessed in Africa. Actually, we are more blessed than any country because that's where they come to steal the resources. Africa has all the resources. That the world is standing on. We got the gold, the diamonds, all these precious gems, even the ones that they use in Wakanda, uranium. We got them in Africa. We got them. So people actually want Africa. That's why they messed it up so much and stole so much from it, because they knew that we could be the world leaders with the amount of resources we have.
And again, that's why I think that's why the stigma was out there, because they didn't want us, they didn't want us to know
appreciate this continent
and want us to know how beautiful it was. so that we don't go there and see how it really looks.
So as we close,
Maybe, I don't know.
we didn't want to make this video long, but
Yeah,
as we close, we want to say, if you have not been to a country,
Yes.
don't make assumptions.
Don't make assumptions.
Don't speak
Yes,
out
I
loud
agree.
about it.
Yeah.
Don't make yourself
Yeah.
look like a fool.
And even
Research it first, because even when you hear it from somebody, it's not the same as first-hand experience. Travel, Americans, travel.
Yeah, travel.
See the world.
See the world.
Maybe you'll think and appreciate other cultures.
But not just not American. That's anyone. If you have even like just
But
go,
most ignorance. I've lived in 3 continents. Okay, most of my ignorant experience are found in this country. In this country.
Yeah, we have a lot.
Thank you.
Yeah, but I'm saying even going once, you still won't learn a lot. So you should go to because you gotta remember, just like America is so big, you could go to that state one time and you have a bad experience. You think everyone like
That's
that.
true too.
So a lot of times you gotta experience multiple times.
Yeah,
and
travel's
see
gonna open
different
up your mind
yeah.
and your. I love America. I'm adopted daughter of America. My body might just end up in this country when I die.
Mm-hmm.
I hope not. But anyways, so I'm not gonna talk poorly of my adopted country.
Yes.
I love this country and its people. But all I'm asking is that just
do your research. Think before you speak. Yeah,
That's
think
it.
before you speak.
Don't be offensive
Even myself,
to other
yes.
people.
Even myself.
When I learned that he thought that Africans were smelling, I was disgusted. Yeah, because he's saying I'm smelly too.
No, I didn't say you were
But
smart.
when you call an African, it's for us. You pick on one, you pick on all of us.
Yeah, okay.
So when you say Africans, I'm an African too. So
And the thing is, to me, we all Africans, but that's that division thing sometimes, and that's
Oh no,
not,
some
and
black
that's not,
Americans will tell you they're not Africans
but that's
because
not,
they've never stepped foot.
that's not a good thing, because we all black, we all Africans. Like when the stigma is, oh, African got big nose and all the all the kind of
Check
things.
out his nose.
I don't got a big nose. But still, you do got some black people that's American that's got some big nose and big butts and all that kind of stuff.
I really had it hard when I first came here.
Big head,
I had one of my in-laws come to me and say, "Oh, I thought your nose was gonna be soft. I was so huge."
African got big heads.
Turn around, let me look at your butt. That was so offensive.
African got big heads.
So
So,
offensive.
yeah.
But you just have to smile your way through. Not nice.
Not nice, yes. So, hey, that's the statement. That's what it's all about. We want to change the narrative. We want to break that stigma because, this is how we stay divided,
On that note, we just want to thank you guys.
Yeah, we want to thank you. Yes, we want to thank you for
Bye.
deuces. Take care. Bye-bye.